Broadening wedges, man. I guess this time we'll, instead of an ascending broadening wedge, we'll just do a descending broadening wedge. I mean, we just, okay, so that's, what we're looking at. Okay, so, alright, a bull trend, whatever. And then we sell off. And then all of a sudden, you start getting wider. You get price divergence, right? The price is diverging. Okay, so, you know, a falling wedge is the inverse of this, right? Where you get price converging together, two downsloping converging trend lines. This is two downsloping diverging trend lines, okay? But you could think about a falling wedge and a descending broadening wedge very similarly, okay? They're kind of inherently bullish, right? They retrace a certain amount from a low to high, like a 78% retrace, where you find these bottom 62% retraces before they break to the upside. But it's not a, you know, it's not foolproof. There's always just a percentage chance these things can work, whatever. But it's very simple, man. Okay, there's only you want to have like 3 touch points on both sides normally. Bulkowski likes 3 touch points, and sometimes you're not going to get that. Sometimes you only get 2 and 3, right? But ultimately, this is the type of price action looking at for a descending broadening wedge. And here you go, man. At the same time, descending broadening wedge, ascending broadening wedge, okay? Where you have an impulse down, or you could have an impulse up and then create this pattern, all right? But in this context, it would be a bearish continuation pattern, a bullish continuation pattern, because you had the impulse, the move, the consolidation pattern, the pause, and the trend, and then we run up again, right? So what will happen is, and we talk about this all the time, is something called, what Bulkowski likes to call the partial decline, where towards the end of the pattern, we will fail to hit the bottom trend line again, right? So you hit it, but this time you failed. When you do that, if you can somehow muster enough demand, buying pressure, get you back up to this top trend line, Bulkowski talks about like 70% chance at that point, if you can get back up here, to break out bullishly. If you can do that, man, that's wonderful, right? That's very, very good. You know, trade setup, all that. And, you know, down here at these areas, you're looking for Fibonacci, you're looking for bullish divergence, maybe get in at low risk areas. Okay, just in case it fails, you make some profit. But what will happen is you break the upside, right? Do this, and then you're gone, right? Back on up to the trend, right? And so what will happen is very easy to get the targets of these patterns for us, men. What is that, Ray? Well, this is not your standard measured move. The measured move on the broadening wedges is just the height of the pattern at the very beginning, right? Your first anchor point of the pattern is where your target is, okay? Right there. You're like, well, where's the secondary target? Do we take profit everywhere else? Well, if things go well, if it's the bullish consolidation pattern and it's, you know, continuation pattern, we're on the upside, we break even the first target, and then easy enough from the major high to the low of the pattern, you measure and you get your fib extensions, and then your second target of this would be a 1, 2, 7, 2, man. So there you go, 1 and 2, and you can call this a bump and run too, whatever. But you know, the diverging trend lines that are down sloping give the characteristics of this pattern, and then here you go. Same thing here, right? Ascending broadening wedge, right? We ran up one more time, we failed to get to the top of the pattern again. We sold off and then done, man. So there you go, dude. That's what's happening, man. All right. 4-star, your broadening, your ascending broadening wedge, and your descending broadening wedge. You want to see an example? You want to see the most extreme, amazing example? Well, here you go, man. Look no further than the frickin' cues, man. Descending broadening wedge, the partial decline. We had this circled the whole friggin' time. As soon as we got up, once we touched the trend line, man, extremely high chance of breaking out, which we did. All right, top of the pattern's a 786 at 177.92. That is the target, because that is where the pattern started developing. So you're still not out of the woods yet, even with a breakout. But hey, man, golden cross just happened on the 4-hour. Unbelievable. Like cues, man. Partial decline. You broke the neckline, the top trend line. Wonderful, man. Wonderful.